All right, everybody. Once again, you're back with the Three Black Guys show in the house.
What's happening?
What's up?
You got to get. I'm Steven here, and everybody else introduce yourself.
I'm Mario Leonard.
James Fred. What's happening?
And
What's up?
We are the
What's
three.
Good? How y'all doing?
Wow.
What's the business?
Wow.
He
crunk now. He crunk. He crunked up.
This is his episode.
This is a good one, man. This is a good one. This is where we get to empower some people, man.
Right.
Okay.
This is a good one. We get a chance to give people some insight on business,
right,
and how to get a business going. Now, first,
wait.
Okay, all right, okay.
Let's tell them, but we're still a brand new show, man.
Yeah, we brand new,
and we got to still let folks know what we're here for.
We're here to talk.
We're here to talk about the black people living in America, especially as black men. These are our views and our concerns and what we go through, and we're here to empower our people to move better and forward in the things that they have in their lives. And this is what we're talking about. We may offend you, and we do apologize for that. But
he apologized.
We apologize for that ambulance in the background.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, I stay on a busy street, okay? Right. Y'all just go ahead.
I didn't say who it was, man.
Y'all might hear a loud truck go by. You know what I'm saying?
And so, last episode we got in the 45, and he sucked up all the air.
Up all the air.
But this time we're gonna let Fred and we let him roll as we talk about business and give you guys some business tips in your business and your little home business that everybody should have at least one home business. How to take that little side hustle and how to move forward with it. And James, I want you to, while you're going through this, give a little bit about your background and where you come from, because James is a business owner.
So first,
he ready to rock and roll.
So
set him up, Steve.
Let's first define what a business is.
Okay.
What's a business, James?
A business is whatever you do. Okay.
Whatever you do.
I don't care what it is. You cut hair, you cut grass, you do hair, you pick people's boogers for a living, whatever.
Oh, wow.
A business is whatever it is you do. All right.
Steve, you're a booger picker.
Right. If you're a booger picker, then that's hey, then if that's your business,
that has nothing to do with IT.
All right, so real quick, man, let me tell you, I started my janitorial service. I originally started it in Florida back in 2000, but then I moved back to Alabama and didn't restart it again until 2003. So I've had my janitorial service here now since 2003. Now, let me explain how sometimes this works. I started a business without knowing business, okay? Which was one of my biggest mistakes, because I knew how to do the work of the business, but I did not know business. That was a very big mistake.
The bookend of the business.
Right. I didn't know how to operate a business. I didn't know anything about paperwork. I mean, it was funny because I literally went out, got a janitorial contract. The people paid me in my business name, of course. But guess what? I didn't even have a business bank account. So I couldn't even cash a check. Couldn't even deposit the check. It was another 2 weeks after I went and got my LLC, after I got all this other stuff in order to get the bank account before I could even cash that check. So I didn't know business. So moving forward, around 2013, I actually was homeless. And when I say homeless, I don't mean like just I didn't have anything. I slept underneath the bridge for a few days. Then eventually, I got my two boys and we went to a homeless shelter and we stayed there. So that started my transition. What I had to do though is that I had to get wisdom in order to figure out how I was going to get myself out of that situation. I had a job. I was working at a hotel, but I was making $8 an hour. And child support was killing me. I mean, I was bringing home $124 every 2 weeks. I can't live off that. Like, I can't do anything off of that. So I had to seek wisdom. Now, for me, I got my wisdom from God. Some of y'all might not believe in that. That's cool. Get your wisdom from somewhere, bro. Because I'm telling you, if you try to do it without the wisdom and the know-how to know what to do when you get it, it's gonna fail.
Okay.
So go ahead.
You say you got your wisdom from God. I mean,
through prayer. So my prayer was, Lord, give me the wisdom to be able to handle whatever it is that I need to get out of this situation. Don't just give me money because I don't know what to do with it. And don't just start giving me contracts because I still don't know what to do with it. So you're going to have to give me the wisdom that I need to be able to handle these contracts, to be able to do what I need to do. I got to learn money management. I got to learn self-discipline. There's a lot of things that I have to do that I need your help with before the money even starts to come.
So did he send the people to teach you this, or did you seek that? How did you get that knowledge? Physically, how did you get that knowledge?
People came through my path. There was a lady who I will always love for this. I was homeless, man, didn't have anything, and this lady gave me a building to clean. Okay. And so I cleaned that building for her, and I was using that money, and I was saving that money, and I was investing that money in other things I needed. So I started investing in equipment. Eventually, I was able to buy a van because I was borrowing people's vehicles to even get to the building to clean it. So eventually, I was able to buy a vehicle. I was able to buy equipment. Once I got myself to a certain place, then I was able to go out and start bidding on more contracts. But here's the thing, and here's what people don't seem to understand. Janitorial contracts are the bottom of the barrel when these people are paying out invoices. So most of the time, we're the last ones to get paid. So if I go and bid a contract in January, it might be March or April before I get my first check. But guess what? I still got people cleaning January, February, March. These people still got to be paid.
Right.
So I have to have the income and the money to be able to pay them until, to sustain until I get paid. So this is where stacking comes from and saving your money and using your job. Because mind you, I still had a job. I hadn't quit my job yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I still had my job. So I was using that money to pay my people so I could just keep going until eventually I got to where, and it took years, man. I mean, it took years before I was able to get to a point to where I was only able to work my business, to where I didn't even have room enough for a job. But the key to it was first of all, knowing business, knowing what it takes to run a business. After I did that, then I had to start trying to put a plan in place because none of this stuff just happened.
Right.
I had to write this stuff down, man. I had to come up in my head exactly what I wanted to do and how I needed to do it. So once I got the education that I needed, came from reading, talking to other business owners, I surrounded myself with people that had businesses, that started their businesses from the ground up, and I took advice from everybody. And then I used that advice and I put it in practice. Now, here's where a lot of times we fail. You never start a business when you need money.
Say that one more time.
You never start a business when you need money. Now, let me explain that. All right. So if you're in a situation, let's say, all right, you got a job and you're barely making it with your bills and they're starting to fall behind a little bit. So now you decide you want to start a business. You say, I'm going to do something that's going to increase my quality of life. The problem is that business is not going to produce for months, years sometimes.
Right.
So what will happen is you'll get frustrated because you're putting resources and time into the business, but it's not producing. So what happens, you get frustrated and you quit. And you quit at the wrong time. You got to remember, when you start a business, nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows what you do.
Or your product.
You're out there competing with people.
Your product's not proven.
Right. So it's not going to produce yet. So if you start your business when you need money, I guarantee you it's going to be frustrated. Now, notice, we all need money, okay? What I mean by that is that you don't start it when money is the forefront.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I was in a homeless shelter, but I still couldn't rush it. You know what I'm saying? Like
you need money if you're in the homeless shelter.
Right. But I couldn't rush the business. I had my
Right.
job. You know what I'm saying? I had my job. I couldn't rush the business and say, man, I got to get me and my children out of this place. I got to, there was no way it was going to happen. That first building was paying me $300 a month.
Mm.
Come on. There's no
Really?
way that was going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and if you count in my business insurance and my supplies, that 300 is cut, man.
Gone. Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I'm barely breaking even at this point. And I think, so the best time to start a business is when you don't really need it. That'll give you time to actually think it through. Give you time to actually.
Mario messed up with that one.
I know it sounds, let me tell you.
'Cause,
Go ahead, Mario. Ask your question.
go ahead.
Because you got to
We'll get in
understand, a lot of people start their businesses because they like doing what it is they do. So a lot of times people, a woman opens a hair salon because she likes doing hair. Not necessarily that she just wants and needs the money from it, but she actually enjoys doing hair. Same thing with people that cut grass, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the situation is. So if you start it for that, now, in reality, in yourself, you probably saying, I'm starting this business because I need it. But if you convince yourself that I'm okay, like when I started my photography business, I was okay. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't struggling for money. I started the business because I like taking pictures. I like doing video work, and I could.
Which is a double-edged sword now.
How so?
Because if you start a business and you're not as hungry, you won't put as much energy into it as one would need. I mean,
it doesn't matter. If you don't enjoy it, you ain't going to be hungry anyway. I don't care how much money it's bringing you. Let me tell you something.
All right.
You have businesses that have gone out of business that was making money simply because the people didn't enjoy doing what they were doing. They got burnt out. That's when something you enjoy becomes work.
But that's the difference, though.
Right.
It's different. I mean, the difference is it's starting a business that you really enjoy. Number one, because then you will never really burn out on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if it's something that you do, if it's something that you do because you have to make money, but you don't really need to make money, it's like, okay, well, why do I need to put the energy into that? You know
if you have to make money, you need to go get a job.
Right.
Because, and I'm not saying, and I'm saying that because that job is going to produce money when you need it.
Right.
You start a job in a couple of weeks, you're going to have a check. You know what I'm saying? When you start a business, that's not going to happen. That's just not realistic. So if you just need money, when I needed money for real, I really got a job. I started my business because I knew in the long term, I was going to have something that was going to be able to sustain me. I wasn't bringing home no money. Child support was killing me. So I said, all right, I'm going to have to survive off this $124 or whatever. I got to survive off of it, but I got to get this business going. And there's other things, you can do along the way, little side hustles people's got or whatever. But at some point, them side hustles need to become business.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead. You go ahead, Steve.
No. I'm just saying, we are a people. We are a culture that we do what we got to do to make it. You know what I mean? We do what we have to do, and because we hustle, sometimes we concentrate more on the hustle than making the hustle something that can make us money past our generation. And that we're talking about building generational wealth. That hustle, that little hustle that you got, if you make it into a business, then you can pass that down.
Then you can pass something on. Go ahead, Mark.
Okay. What if your side? Look at it from this perspective. I'm a musician.
Okay.
Well, no. I drive an 18-wheeler.
Okay.
By day.
I'm
a musician on weekends.
Okay.
That's a side hustle that I also can write off. I write off, things that I purchased to do that music with. I write it off as part of a business. But it's a side hustle. It's not the main gig. How is that going to make money for generations down the line for me? You understand what I'm saying? Some things are just what they are.
So here's where the think tank comes in at. Figure out how. If you're a musician, maybe figure out whatever it is that you can do as a musician that you'll be able to pass that down, or at least get this, if not the actual business, at least the revenue from the business to be able to pass down, so you can pass it to your child and say, here, on your 18th birthday, you got $20,000 that you can invest in this bit, in whatever business you want. See, a lot of times we want to give our kids cars and a college education, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But here's $20,000 or $10,000 for you to invest in a business that you want to do, to invest in something. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the business itself.
The business itself,
Right.
but the
You know what I'm
proceeds
saying?
from the business
But it
can
can,
go.
right, something that business is going to generate. My goal and my dream is to give my son, my youngest son, a business on his graduation day.
Okay.
That is my goal, to be his graduation gift. We're discussing it now at 11 years old, what he wants to do, what he enjoys doing. Mm-hmm. And when we come up with that, and when we figure that out, and when I find out what he actually likes and what it is he wants to do, then from now up until then, we're going to concentrate on that. And I'm going to make him a master of whatever it is. Right. So when he graduates high school, he is going to have a business. So he'll be able to decide whether or not he wants to just sit and run his business, or does he want to go to college, or does he want to try to do both? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. Oh. But I'm a firm believer in that if we want to break the curse of poverty, and even just the curse of being content, because a lot of times people are so content with the struggle.
Right.
That they don't even want or consider anything else. Right. Because the struggle is real.
Struggle is
real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The struggle is real. Well, why can't we make something, why can't something else be real in your life?
Right.
Why the struggle gotta be real? Right. And please, and I tell people, this ain't coming from no dude who always said, listen, I slept underneath the bridges. I went days without eating. Wow. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was agreeing with you. I mean, because I mean, you and I met in the circumstance where you were at the shelter with your child.
Right.
And so, I mean, and
I didn't know that.
I've seen this man grow, to having his businesses and his home and all that. So the man knows what he's talking about. I've seen him come from that.
And I'm telling people, man, I'm not special. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you special, all right.
He's very special.
Like, I didn't do anything that like nobody, like only a certain percentage of people can do. No. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not how this happened. I took the little and I made it work for me. And so now I'm still taking the little and I'm still making it work for me. I'm not where I want to be, but I've gotten to the point to where if I wake up in the morning and decide I don't want to go to work, I don't have to. Because I put in the work. First of all, I got the education and I got the wisdom.
He makes me so jealous with that, but go ahead. What you doing, James? At the home chilling.
At home chilling. Nothing, just chilling.
And you know what used to get me though is like that used to make me feel guilty sometimes. It did, man, because I'd be like, man, all these people at work, man. And you know what happened? I got reminded of where I've been through. Mm-hmm. Once I got reminded of that, I'm just like, if you listen to me, I'll tell you how to do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you just listen to me. People ain't going to listen to me because I'm not a millionaire. And I'm not riding around in a Benz and I don't have a 6-bedroom house. So people, if you don't have all that, people think that, oh, well, you ain't got no money for real. Well, I'm trying to show you that you don't need that to get to where you have some sort of freedom. No, I'm not. I don't have all of that. But, and I told one guy, he got upset with me. I said, but you got to go to work in the morning. I'm going to be in the bed.
Right. And that's what I can respect. I can respect if what you do allows you to do what you want to do, for lack of a better word. You don't have to wake up and go clock in on somebody else's clock. You understand what I'm saying? You do it. So I can respect that. You are making a living doing what you want to do on your own Not on your own dime, on your own terms. Thank you, Steve.
Right.
You're welcome.
On your own terms.
And I explain it to people, man. Listen, work your job, get the job, work it, do what you got to do. But if there's something else that you have a passion for, use that job to fund it.
I was gonna say that's what you said last time, and I want you to say that one more time, so we can get that. People use jobs thinking that. And I'm gonna say this: your job will never make you rich.
Make you rich.
Right.
Your job will.
They're not designed
never
to
be that.
Not designed. They're designed to keep you coming back.
Right.
The next day.
Use your job, like the man just said.
Right.
Use your job to fund your dream.
We gotta have
to be
patience.
disciplined enough to hold on, wait, save up to fund what your dream is.
The worst thing somebody can tell me is that they don't have the money. That's like the worst thing you can tell me. You're going to find money to do whatever it is you want to do.
You're going to find for them J's. You're going to find for
you're gonna buy them J's, man. Let me tell you something.
You're going to buy somebody some red bottoms.
Right. I did something as simple. Look, I did something as simple as
my drink, man.
I did something as simple as cutting my own hair.
That's bold.
I can save that $15 every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I didn't just say, all right, I'm going to cut my own hair, so I'm just going to spend this $15. No, I took that $15 and I put it aside.
Actually put it away. Right. You actually have to physically put it away.
So, but it don't take that much discipline if this is what you want to do. Like for me, I wanted my business to work. And I knew I needed certain things in order for that to happen. So it didn't take a whole lot of discipline. It was simple. I got to have X amount of dollars to do this. Mm-hmm. How am I going to get X amount of dollars? Well, let me see. I can cut my own hair. I can only eat out twice a week instead of 4 times a week or 3 times a week or whatever it was. Just certain things. There's a lot that you can cut out. Even with that $124, I can take $124 ain't doing that no way. I might as well take $5 or $10 of it and put it aside.
Check this out. Here's another one. I was driving trucks over the road listening to a financial show, and this guy said this, and it literally blew my mind. He said, you go shopping every week. You go to the grocery store. At the bottom of that ticket, it'll say you saved X amount of dollars.
Right.
Whatever. It's not a savings till you take that and put it away.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's when it becomes a savings. That's another avenue. Right.
We don't think about that, man. We don't think about where we can get money from. The only thing we thinking is from a check.
Right.
We got to make a check, or we got to go out here and hustle and get it, and that's fine. But while you hustling, make sure you got a plan to organize that hustle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I even tell these street dudes, man, cats out here selling dope. Listen, I ain't going to judge you. Do your thing. I mean, whatever. But at some point, why can't you take that money? It don't make no sense for you to be out here with this car and these J's and this jewelry and all this stuff, man, and you don't own nothing.
Not a thing.
You don't have nothing you can call yours. That don't make no sense to me.
Nothing.
You ain't got nothing.
You ain't got nothing.
Man.
You got all this stuff.
I want to
take some of that money, man, and put it up, make it work for you.
I want to take a quick second, guys, and I want to tell everybody that's watching this via the YouTube, go ahead and hit like and smash the subscribe button, so you know when three black guys comes on, and we are.
Make sure y'all hitting the notification bell, man.
Notification bell.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right quick, guys, I want to give 7 best books or 7 best books for entrepreneurs of people, of African Americans or black people or people of color, however you want to describe us. Okay. Here's 7 good books. You got The Man from Essence, written by Edward Lewis. He's a co-founder of Essence Magazine. He wrote a great book that can tell you his life story, how he got started creating Essence, the Essence Magazine that everybody knows about. An older book is How to Succeed in Business Without Being White. Straight talk on making it in America.
Wow, yeah, I might need to find that one.
Right.
That was by Earl G. Graves. I'm gonna slow down a little bit so I can get it all in here. That's how to succeed in business without being white. Straight talk on making it.
Real quick, Steve. Yes. On that note, let me tell you why that would probably be a very good book. Because I have been around Black entrepreneurs who own businesses who on their business card will not put they're the owner of that business.
Oh, wow.
They will put that they are the business manager, the operations manager, and everything else, because they are a firm believer that if somebody finds out that a black person owns the business, you will not get the contract.
Wow.
That's what people tried to teach me. So that book right there would probably be a very good one for black folks.
Okay.
What's that book again, Steve?
One more time is how to succeed in business without being white. Straight Talk on Making It in America by Earl G. Graves, and he was the publisher and CEO of Black Enterprise Magazine.
Okay.
This was released back in 1997.
I knew that name was familiar.
Right.
Okay.
Black Wall Street, From Riot to Renaissance in Tulsa Historic Greenwood District. And there's some news just came out about that 1921 Tulsa.
They thought they found the graves.
Yeah, they might have found the bodies.
Oh, right.
It all comes out. Amen. Hallelujah.
Don't get the boy. You strike a nerve when you start talking about that stuff. But go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Get to these books.
I'm
We'll
gonna
get that in another show.
Right.
We'll get that in another show.
Why should white guys have all the fun? How Reginald Lewis created a $1 billion business enterprise.
I'm loving these books.
That's a $22.5 million buyout of McCall Patterns. Man, that's a lot of money. This was back in 1987.
McCall Patterns?
Yeah.
I was about to say, because I hadn't heard McCall Patterns in a long time.
Right.
My folk used to sew. So my sister and my mom used to sew. So
Okay.
So Reginald F. Lewis wrote that book, Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun? And here's one by a sister, by Carol Daughter, I believe.
Oh, Carol's daughter.
Carol's
That's the
daughter.
hair.
Yeah, Lisa Price.
Yeah, it's the hair lady, right?
Yeah,
hair products, I think it is.
Yes, it is. Success never smelled so good. So all my sisters out there, doing hair in your kitchen and in your living room, this lady will tell you how to get it done. My wife can tell you how to get it done too. And of course, the one and only Black Titan by A.G. Gaston.
Ooh,
the legendary
A.G. Gaston.
Right, yes, sir. So those are a couple books. The book's about A.G. Gaston. It was written by Carol Jenkins.
Okay.
So those are a couple books that, as Black entrepreneurs, that you should pick up and learn the lessons. And I was going to say, and I was going to make this one more point before you get back started, Fred, is that you've got to find a mentor in this thing. We have been taught as Black people that, man, we got to be the Lone Ranger and this whole crab in the bucket. I don't want to give out information, and you can't know what my left hand's doing with my right hand and all that other stuff.
Man, I hate that.
It is time. It is now 20. It's about to be 2020, guys. It is way time out for the Lone Ranger mentality and trying to keep a brother down because you trying to get the come up. Come on, man. We can't work like that no more.
I can't stand these people.
This country,
want to sell information they got, man.
Right. This country's not. It's not for us in that respect, and we're gonna talk about that later. Even though it's a great country we live in, but it ain't really for us. Hallelujah. Anyway,
well, listen, the whole structure of it wasn't created for us. The whole structure of it is not designed for us. So we have to learn how to take advantage of it.
Right.
So for me, it was simple. All I did was watch other people that did it. Mm-hmm. Like, it was just that simple. And I kept telling myself, man, like, this dude ain't no different than me. You know what I'm saying? No different whatsoever. This dude came out of hardship. This dude did whatever. I mean, and they started their businesses, and their businesses were booming. Listen, the man who taught me how to be, and I will toot my own horn here, the greatest floor man in this country, the man who taught me that had $1 million business with a 6th grade education. This was a Black guy. His businessman was killing it in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And this man taught me a lot with a 6th grade education and a drug habit.
Really?
And a drug habit.
Wow.
So when you met him, he had the drug habit, or had he kicked it?
No, when I met him, he had the drug habit. That's actually how I met him. I was actually selling drugs at the time in my younger days, and that's actually how I met him.
But
no, you were a street, right? You were a street pharmaceutical salesman.
Right. And so that's actually how I met him. But I had a conversation with him one day, and he just blew my mind about all the knowledge and information he spit out. Listen, Let me tell you something, man. One thing I've learned on my journey, I used to teach Bible study down at the men's homeless shelter here. And these guys, man, I have met some of the smartest dudes.
Right.
I need people to understand, man, some of these homeless cats, they're not drug addicts, they're not alcoholics. They simply made mistakes in their life to where they lost stuff and have just gotten to the point to where they don't want it anymore. So they live that life actually on purpose. I met a dude, man, that traveled the world as an entertainer. He had pictures of him all in China and Russia and stuff, dancing and singing. I met another dude, man, who sat me down. I listened to this dude break the Bible down, man, for about 2 hours after my Bible study. Made me feel stupid. I listened to him, I'm telling you, man, this cat, man, has so much, man, these dudes, and one I will never forget. He was what we would label a crackhead.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, let me tell you something. He broke down to me how the zodiac signs were just carbon copies of the 12 tribes of Israel. And he did all this stuff. He did all this stuff through memory and wrote it down for me. He broke down every zodiac and every tribe from memory.
Wow.
And wrote it down for me. Bro. And he was what we would label a crackhead.
A crackhead.
All right. And some of these little college educated dummies out here who don't know a thing, don't know nothing. I've seen these college educated dummies on Facebook tonight. Ooh, 45 is gone. Trump is gone now. You just as stupid. And you've been to college and got a degree and don't know nothing. But you want to dog the dude that's over there in welding school trying to get his welding certificate, and he finna go out here and make $30 an hour, while you with your little psychology degree finna go out here begging for scraps to be an assistant at $12 an hour to one day open your own office, but you still haven't taken any business classes to know that. You just a big dump, man. Let me stop.
Nah, that was good.
Let me tell you something, man. I listen to these people, man, and
college doesn't guarantee to make you rich.
I don't have no problem with a college education, man, at all. Because we need that. Because we need black doctors, we need black lawyers, we need the college educated. You know what I'm saying? We need the degree holders. But man, we gotta have some people out here that's gonna start their business. Right. That's gonna actually do something and put it in the black community. I love how some of these entertainers, man, like I love how LeBron is you know, in his school, in that school he got, you know, he pays for these people to go to college. I love that. But at the same time, man, you know, give them a choice. I can give you this money to go to college, or I can give you this money and help you invest in a business. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to be teaching them about business.
Well, supposedly at this school, they have some really good business classes these kids are going to. From what I've heard. I don't know for sure. But you're absolutely right. And that's up to us as parents. That's up to us as parents at this point. We got to stop just assuming that the teachers are going to educate our kids the way that they need. And when I say our kids, I'm talking about black children. Black children. That are going to educate our children the way they need to be educated, because they're not. We got to do that. We're going to have to give them the full education of who we are and what we're capable of. Because if not, the only thing they're going to teach them is go ahead, get your college, your high school diploma so you can go to this white school and you can get this degree. I've had doctors come and apply for a part-time janitorial job because they couldn't make ends meet and they're trying to pay back college loans.
Those student loans as a PhD.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So my thing is, as parents, we got to start. That's why I teach my son, man. I'm teaching him how to do anything, something to make a little money. You know what I'm saying? Anything. I don't, you know, whatever. I don't care what it is. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. But let's work our way toward it. If you decide to go to college, that's fine. But guess what? The Bible tells us our gifts will present us
Make room
before
for us.
great
Yes.
men.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So while everybody
Make
else
room
is in
for you.
while everybody else is in college starving, your gifts is allowing you to eat steak.
Right.
Are you getting whatever degree that you're trying to
Degree.
get? You know what I'm saying? And then once you get that degree, your gift is still and your business is still allowing you to make it and live good until you get to be an architect or the doctor or the lawyer, whatever.
So let me. I want to mention one last name of a book of books that y'all need to really, and that's Damon Johns, I believe his name is Damon John. Any book you get by him is gonna he's on Shark Tank. He's the black guy that's on Shark Tank.
Right.
And you know, he's had a very successful run. His net worth is right at about $250 million. And so you want to get around people that's going to stretch your imagination,
Right.
stretch your mind, get beyond making this little bit here and hold on to that little bit is mine and can't nobody else get it. But you need a mentor in your life, and somebody's going to show you the ropes and how to get there. Open up and broaden up your mind.
Right.
If you're doing hair in your home. Oh, can I say this right quick? And we got like 2 minutes left.
Okay.
I have a cousin in Louisville, Kentucky. She was doing hair in her kitchen. What she did was she said, I had enough clients. I'm tired of doing it in my kitchen. In the kitchen, she renovated her garage and made it a salon. And now she doesn't leave the house because she's just going out to the garage, which is a full-blown business. It's a full-blown salon. And now she's making thousands of dollars at home, and all of that is a write-off because she's at home. All the electricity, all of it. So if you got a side hustle,
water bill, all of that,
all them bills are write-offs. Everything that she does is a write-off now. So look, if you're doing hair, think bigger than just doing it in your kitchen. You know, if you're selling CDs out the back of your car, man, think about being a record label, a record company, be a distributor. Find out ways on how to make money. We want you to think bigger than just trying, as he's saying, my man says, just trying to survive. And now I'm gonna say it like this: stop being the victim, y'all. Start being the winner. Start being the victor. And stop being victim. It's easy to play the victim card. But it takes work and hard work to be the victor. Amen. And that's it for me tonight. So, guys, Mario, you got anything loud you want to say? We got a quick minute, then we out of here.
No, we good. I'm good.
All right, guys, y'all been listening to the Three Black Guys show. We thank you for listening here on our podcast. We thank you for watching on YouTube. Man, hit us up. We're going to have our address here up soon so you can hit us and give us some information. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification button. And we out of here this time. Y'all be blessed.
All right, y'all take it easy.
All right, now. Later.